Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. So I figured why not do a little bit of an episode on basics of skiing and physics. So skiing is actually relatively simple. The goal is to get down the mountain as efficiently as possible, I guess. And of course you can hot dog and you can do all sorts of crazy things. But the basic idea is just to go down as fast as you can without going down too fast, which means basically you're crashing at that point. So anyway, I'm on the chairlift. Just a few things to kind of put in. I'll show some video of some, shallow slopes and some steep slopes, things like that. But basically the idea is that you need to learn how to stop, and that's ultimately the most important thing that you need to do. So knowing how to stop, the first thing they always teach you is the pizza, which is making your skis look like pizza. So it's pizza and French fries. You do French fries if you want to go straight. You do pizza if you want to slow down. It is an incredibly inefficient manner of trying to get down a hill because you're constantly pumping with your thighs. So you're just cranking on your thighs, cranking on your thighs, cranking on your thighs the whole time. So what you really want to do is be able to do a skate stop. And a skate stop is a type of stop where you turn your body sideways and dig especially your downhill ski into the snow very heavily, and that will cause you to slow down rapidly. Now, let's see if I can capture this guy way on here, maybe. He's skiing some bumps, but you can see how he's trying to get down the hill fairly efficiently. So anyway, so the goal is to be able to turn sideways each direction, left and right, and to be able to get your edges into the snow and lean your body way, way, way into the slope. And that will give you basically it will give you a way to stop fairly efficiently. It still takes a lot of work because there are things like Moguls and stuff like that that are not part of, I don't know, these are little teeny weeny baby Moguls. This was groomed this morning, so it's just little teeny Moguls there. But basically, the bigger the Moguls get, the more you have to be able to turn very efficiently. And the reason why you have ski poles, and people are like, why do you even need ski poles? Because you actually turn around them. You plant the ski pole and you turn around it. And on Moguls, a lot of times you actually have to kind of jump to be able to get the turn fast enough. So it's pretty intense. So anyway, but the basic technique, at least if you're doing groomed slopes, is to just skate stop. If you can turn left or right and slow down and stop on a reasonably steep hill, then you can just keep going up and up and up in terms of grade of hill. And then of course you eventually have to figure out how to do Moguls, which are a completely different matter. So that's substantially harder. Let's see again if I can do this. Don't want to drop my phone. So kind of cutting sideways, not really stopping there, but anyway. So yeah, I'm on chair 9 in Telluride in case anybody cares. But anyway, so yeah, it's the physics behind it is basically that once you catch an edge, you create friction with the snow and you actually push a bunch of snow under you. Very different than ice skating. Ice skating is a type of thing where you're creating a kind of a, what would you call it? Let's see if I can catch this guy. I don't know if you can see him there or not, but he's riding it really well. Ice skating, you create a layer of water actually between the blade and the ice. With skiing, you're just sliding on top of the ice. And of course, if it's powder, you're really sliding on top of the powdery ice. So you're compressing the top layer of snow a little bit and skiing on top of that. So it's very, very cool. But conditions are different. You have to be able to stop on ice. You have to be able to stop on powder. Powder is much easier to stop on. The other, what else do you need to know? Then you need to know how to get energy out of your turns. So once you know how to stop, that's the critical thing, because then what you can do is just keep pushing your level. You can go up and up in terms of the angle that you're going, and you can also start to do Moguls. But the big thing is if you can get energy out of your turn. So when you plant and you really get your skis camber up. They create like a U shape like this, and they flatten when you put pressure on them, and then they spring back again. And that springing back will give you a really, really nice spring, and so you can get a lot of energy out of that. So you twist your hips into the turn, you camber it down, you push off, you get energy coming out of the turn, so you get to go, faster and faster and faster. Like I said, you want to work as little as possible to get down the hill. You want to go as efficiently as you can. but that's the basic technique. In the meantime, you can just enjoy this. I wish I could kind of can't quite get the exposure right. It's more interested in exposing for me rather than the mountain, but it is quite beautiful around. Unfortunately, I really wish that I could flip the camera when I'm filming, but it won't let me flip, so it's on me, because actually what's in front of me is much more pretty than what's behind me. Let's see if I can at least see a little bit back there though. There you go, you can see that guy skiing down behind me. Yeah, so anyway, skiing is all about physics. Wow, everything's all about physics. That's pretty much the lesson of the day, is that everything is all about physics. Sorry, I'm trying not to drop my phone. I really, really, really don't want to. It's a long ways down. I would not want to have to come down and try to find it between 16 and 17 pylons. That would really, really suck. So anyway, I'm super bummed. This is my last day here. Finally starting to feel like I'm kind of getting it again. But it's very interesting. The first few times you do this, oh, by the way, there was something else I wanted to talk about, and that is training for skiing. Training for skiing, and I never do it right. Basically just step ups and box jumps. If you do step ups and box jumps a lot, that is all you need, because it just crushes your quads. That's the main thing that skiing really, really takes it out of you. Everything else, upper body, no big deal. And of course, once you get good at it, you don't burn your quads as much. And of course, once you're in shape and you've been skiing for a few days, it's not as bad. But at least at the beginning, you are really, really crushing yourself on your quads and working it hard. So that's, I guess that's biology, not physics. But anyway, let me see if I can capture this woman going down, maybe. She's going pretty slow. But anyway, yeah, so there you go. So learn how to stop. That's the most important thing. If you learn how to stop, then you're going to be fine. There's going to be no problems at all. If you, and of course you need to learn how to stop on very, very steep terrain. How's that? And then once you learn how to stop, you can basically, the rest of it is learning how to turn quickly. So basically the same motion that you use to stop, you just turn as rapidly as you can back and forth. And that motion will allow you to create, you know, as much friction as you need. And also for moguls like this, let's see again if I can face that way. Those are moguls. Those are significant moguls. So you can see how you have to be able to turn really, really quickly as you go across those. And that is a pretty heavy ask, and it really takes a lot out of your legs. But more than anything else, it just requires you to be able to turn really rapidly and actually kind of jump both of your feet at the same time. So it's a pretty intense exercise, and that's the reason why I said box jumps, because essentially you're jumping back and forth and back and forth. Of course, as you get better and better, you're not doing that as much, and you're good at it. So anyway, so yeah, so friction with the snow. And don't do the pizza thing. Pizza and French fries, that's great when you first learn, and that's what they all teach you. But essentially what you do is you pizza, and then you put more pressure on one foot, and you put more pressure on the other. And basically what you want to do is be able to do that with your skis parallel instead of pushing in, because then you're not using your thighs so much, so it's not nearly so disgustingly difficult to do. Anyway, it's still challenging, but so anyway, there you go. Box jumps for training. Think about stopping. If you know how to skate stop from hockey or something, you're already a long ways there. And in the meantime, I will see you when I get back to the East Coast. I'm going to cry about the fact that this day is almost over and I'm almost done skiing, but hopefully that was a nice little quick lesson for you. See you later.